Welcome to the Speak Success Studio, where we ignite your drive, embrace your journey, and celebrate your milestones on the path to success. I'm your host, Reverend Joy Dore, and I'm excited to embark on this empowering journey with you today. We have in the studio our dear coach, a co-host, Monique. She's a businesswoman, an author, a speaker. Her passion is helping women to overcome self-imposed limitations and mental mind blocks so that they may show up as their highest self. So, hi, Monique. Welcome to our She Speaks Success Studio. We're excited to have you here. Please take a moment to introduce yourself, our audience. Share with us what you do, why you do what you do, and who do you serve.
Oh, well, thank you, Reverend Joy, for having me. So happy to be here to speak with you and to all of your listeners. So, I am Monique Pearson, and I will say I'm a multifaceted woman. I am an entrepreneur. I am the owner and CEO of Soaring Without Limits Enterprises, affectionately known as SWOL. And what we do is assist women in overcoming those mind blocks, those limitations. And I use travel as the vehicle in order to do this. So I work with and cater to the professional woman, 35 and up. Normally, we are heading towards our prime during this time frame, and we have a lot of hats that we're wearing as mothers, as caregivers, as bosses, as something. There's always a plus behind our name and what we do. And oftentimes we place ourselves at the bottom of our priority list. So I'm inviting these ladies to up their self care and be able to pour into themselves so that they can continue to serve others at their highest level. And that entails international travel. We also offer retreats, which we will be having here shortly. I'll definitely bring that up for those who are interested. And we also offer mindset courses because I have found that a lot of times, anytime we are embarking upon something new, we have to overcome fear and we have to overcome those limitations as to the self doubt, as to what we're capable of and what we can do. So we also do some mindset work with the ladies as well in the new course offering Brain Food Mindset of a Winner. So I'm an author. I'm also, as far as pouring into, and this is for men and women, Joy 365 is a devotional. We have a different author for each day that are sharing poems, prayers, words of inspiration. So that is a premise of all that I do is bringing light, bringing upliftment, bringing empowerment, and helping people, is particularly women, to see the best in themselves when they may not be at a point to see it for themselves.
Hmm, I love it. While going through your work, I found something that really, kind of like catch my attention. And as I was going to ask you today, I'm going to say exactly what you said, in your page when people connect with you. You say you believe that travel is not just a journey to new places, but a powerful tool for personal growth and self-care, especially for empowering women to conquer their fears, right?
Yes.
And also, you also said that travel is more than a passion, it's a way of life, and you are dedicated to sharing the countless ways it can enrich and transform one's life. Can you enlighten our audience, on that?
Yes, so that's what I often say, that is deeper than travel, because most people hear travel and think it's about the fun, it's about the turn up, but there are so many other benefits that I think do not get enough attention brought to them. One, the ability to empower yourself, especially if for those who have never been out of the city or been out of the country before, to be able to open themselves up to other cultures, to other opportunities. It just shows that you are open to the world. And then you'll take those new skills, that newfound empowerment, and it crosses over into your personal as well as your professional life. That if I was able to do this, what else am I capable of as far as possibly advancing in my career where I never saw myself moving beyond the entry level, having the empowerment and encouragement to start my own business. So that's when I say that it's more deeper than travel, because those benefits that you get, as far as the empowerment, the increased confidence, the assuredness that you get as you tackle and go into new lands, you also translate that into new territories in your personal as well as your professional life. It does carry over. I know, because it's done it for me. So I share that with others to show how much more other benefits that you can get as a result of being open to trying something new.
Mm. That really, I love how people, because I love to travel. So when I
Mhm.
saw that, I was like, really, but I haven't really placed like much emphasis on what it does in my mind. Like you're trying to unhook these ladies with the travel. I love it. So my next question I'm gonna ask you is, what are some practical strategies or tools you recommend for women who are striving to overcome self-imposed limitations and mental blocks in their personal and professional lives?
So one thing I definitely say is, before we can try to overcome anything, we need to get to the root of it. So I would invite them to sit with themselves, those who are women of faith, such as ourselves. I definitely invite you to seek guidance in prayer into the Father, to let Him know, God, I am feeling fear here. I'm feeling limitation here. Where is this stemming from? Where can I trace this back to as the source of when this began? And then once you're able to get to the source of an issue, you can understand, you can get to the fact of whether or not, is this still my truth? It may have been my truth at 6 years old, when I was exposed to whatever that fear was that gave me that fear of heights. And now that fear, that energy that was put into my nervous system at 6 years old, I'm still carrying at 36, because I never got to the root of it, or tried to see how, as a grown adult woman, I can now face that fear, because I'm equipped with life experiences. I've overcome. I have a history with God that has shown me that He is walking with me, and that I've overcome this, and this. So I definitely say that will be the first start, as far as being prayer, meditation, and seeking God to get to the root of, where do this fear and these limitations stem from? And then ask yourself the question, does that still stand true for me? I was afraid of it then because of this. Where I am today, is that still a bad fear? Is it a point that I am now willing to break the bondage of my past that is tracked or attached to that fear, in order to break through to new boundaries? So that's what I would share.
Hmm. That is so, I love it. In your journey as, as a speaker and as a coach, and you've worked with many women out there, can you share a personal story or example of a woman you've worked with who successfully transformed her mindset and overcame significant barriers to reach her highest potential?
Yes, I can share one that is coming, that's coming to mind. I have a client who, it was her 60th birthday, and she was like, I never do anything for me. I always pour into my children, I pour into my grandchildren, and I never do anything for me. This is the first time that I would like to celebrate myself and go out of the country and do so. So we started off with a small group. By the time it was probably about 2 months away from her going, she was the last person left. And she was about to be on the brink of canceling this trip, because she was afraid of going by herself. So, this is when I love being able to step in and do what I do best. I was like, what was the original intent of you doing this trip? And she was like, to pour into myself. I'm a business owner, I'm a grandmother, I'm a mom, and I'm always giving to others, and I never give to myself. So I was like, that is your why. Your why is still present. Regardless if the people who said they were going with you are no longer going, your need, that why is still there. So, what is the next thing that is causing you apprehension? The fear of going by myself. I was like, what are the worst things that can happen that you have in your mind that is going to stop you? So we listed those fears. And each and every one, we came up with a solution. We
Mm,
came up with a plan. And that is one other thing that I can share is that when we get to a fear, sometimes we need to stare fear back in its face and fight it and combat that with a solution.
mm,
Okay, this is the worst thing that can happen. Let's go ahead and put a plan in place as to how I can circumvent that fear so that I am now putting the power back in my hands because I have a plan as how I'm going to react.
mm.
In that case for her, I offered her support. I was like, there's WhatsApp where you can use internationally. I was like, I am available to you the entire time you're in this trip. If there is apprehension, if there is a need, you are only a phone call away from me to be able to speak to you and empower you there. The other thing we did was also place her on the Safe Traveler Enrollment Program with the State Department. So anytime she moved, her resort, or activities, excursions, she had that oversight of the embassy on her side. So that's what I would share as far as we can combat fear and do not have to be stuck and frozen in our tracks if we come back with a plan and lay out what those fears are and how we're going to face them. So that's what I would share. And that will be like my story that makes me smile because after that, when she came back from that experience, she's like, I had a fabulous time. I'm so glad I went, and I would have sold myself short from pouring into myself if I allowed other people walking away to stop me from doing what I originally intended, which was to pour into myself.
Wow, I love it. I love it. Anyway, at this point, I want the audience to know, before we ask the last question, how did they connect with you? If anybody want to travel or want to be coached by you or want to connect, how would they connect? Are you on social media? Everything about you for them to connect with you.
Yes, so you can reach me one at my website, www.soaringwolimits.com. You can reach me on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn under Monique Pearson, and also under my business pages as Soaring Without Limits Enterprises. You can reach me on all of those platforms.
Awesome. Awesome. So, apart from the travel and the writing of the book, you have a book that's out, or or how would they, if somebody want to read one of the books that you wrote,
Mhm.
is it through your website?
Yes, so my first book offering is Take That Trip Girl, the Ultimate Bucket List Journal. So you can get that from my website. So it's like a sneak peek into the mindset work that I do with the individual clients, as well as giving you some more travel tips, tricks, and knowledge. So you can get that on my website. And then Joy 365, the Joy Restoration Journal, for those of us or your listeners who are in the DC, Maryland, or Virginia area, we are going to be having a book meet and greet tomorrow from 2 to 5 at Calvary Gospel Church in Waldorf, Maryland. So there's 365 authors. All of us will not be there, but a good majority of us will be. We will be selling the book for you to purchase, and we will autograph it. And you can also get that book at MoniqueSPearson.com. It also has an accompanying affirmation called Choose Joy, where all 365 of us give you an affirmation and a place for you to focus and meditate on that. It's a good partner to the Joy 365 devotional. So that's where you'll be able to purchase those two.
Remember you calling my name, right? I'm just
So Joy, you got to get some more
I'm,
joy.
I'm telling you, I can get some more joy. There's no ending to joy. It's something I believe everyone that have the gift of waking up in the morning should
Mhm.
actually pray, say, Lord, give me joy today. There's
Yeah.
no better prayer. So that's the best 365 days devotional you can get like right now. So I highly endorse it. Go for it. So you need that joy like now.
Mhm.
Anyway, so and that will be almost it. The last we're gonna, wanna, talk to somebody out there. I know
Mhm.
I did not ask you of your turning point, what led to all this and how you've come, but I want you to talk to a woman who is watching us right now. He's having
Mhm.
a hard time with their mind because
Mhm.
that's who you are. And actually give them a wisdom that's going to lead them for the rest of their life if they only listen to you and just make a change and get a better version of themselves.
Mm. So I definitely will say we all are going to have trials and tribulations, storms. We're going to have valleys. We're going to have mountaintops. We're going to have peaks. And this is when your faith comes into play. I know many of us growing up saw that picture of the person in the sand and the footprints, and you saw two sets of footprints, but you only saw one person. So that is when we have to rely on our faith and strength and draw our strength from God when we are going through those rough moments. Two, connecting yourselves with fellow believers and those who are of positive influence who can pour into you during your weakest moments, and then you can return the favor, vice versa, when you are more in a stronger position. And then also, sometimes we need to pull out our resumes and look back over our timeline, our own life, and play our own script and movie and see how much we have been able to overcome. I think sometimes we forget, just like when Moses brought them out and they said, "You escaped us from slavery, but you forgot where you came from, and now you're complaining you're going to a better place." So I think we are also guilty of that as well, as far as we forgot how we have been able and how God has been able to assist us to come from those valleys before and bring us out. So replay far as where have you been? If you were able to and he was able to bring you out before, he's going to see you through again. And that storm does not last always. You are going to see yourself through it. You're going to get through this. This is a moment in time, not a lifetime.
Mm,
So I think that is what we need to keep in mind.
mm. Love it, love it. Oh my God. A huge thank you, to you, our coach in the house today, our speaker, for just pouring into us like in the next level. 2024 for me has been a wisdom year where
Mhm.
everyone who tune into wisdom is gonna kind of like do a tennis for themselves. Because as
Mhm.
you said, it starts from the mind. You have to
Yeah.
choose to do it, then move towards what your why is. Even adamant, always remember what was your why. I
Mhm.
love this story, for the lady who were able to walk through that process of she trying to forget her why, which is the problem. So many people forget their why. Why did it even start? And is that why
Right.
that's going to keep you? So make sure the why is big enough. It's going to keep
Yeah.
you. So once again, I just want to tell all the audience, remember your journey to success is a personal one, but you're not and will never be alone. Keep embracing your uniqueness, stay determined, and always believe in yourself. If you found value in today's episode, please do where to subscribe and leave a comment for us. And at the same time, make sure you share this to everyone out there who really need to hear how they can actually take themselves from where they are now to where they want to be. And don't forget, our coach in the house today, Monique, she's waiting to work with you. If you're that lady that want to travel and change your life, please make sure to connect and just give her that chance to serve you and bring out the best out of you. I believe that every one of us can. Trust me, if I can, you can. So don't talk yourself out of that destiny that's already there for you. So with that said, I just wanna, let um our coach here today say a quick bye bye to you guys, and that will be it.
Well, it was definitely been a pleasure, and I would like to leave with an invitation for your audience. June 7th through the 10th, SWO will be hosting the Just Be retreat. This is for ladies who are tired, overworked, who need to be restored, replenished, poured into. We are going to have this retreat just for that, a place for solace for you to be able to get that. So definitely connect with me if that resonates with you, that you need a place to be able to pour back into yourself. So that'd be June 7th through the 10th, and it's the Just Be retreat. I invite all the listeners who needs an opportunity to just be versus just doing. We are human beings, not human doers. So this is an opportunity for you to just be. And I wish you all the best and Godspeed. And I would like to thank Reverend Joy again for having me on the show today.
Awesome, awesome. Guys, don't forget June 7th, right? June 7th, right? Good.
Yes,
Don't forget. Please mark your calendar. Make sure you connect. And this is like just me. Oh my God. That would be so cool. Anyway,
yes.
that's it for now. Bye bye, everyone.